This program is brought to you by Emory University.
All right, everyone, welcome to Emory University. I'm Seth Green. I'm here with Robert Woodruff, and today we're going to go tour around the library. We don't have to quite be quiet yet. This is the first floor, which is a little bit more social than the other floors of the library. In case you get lost, we have our map right here. But first I'm going to take you to a place I spend a lot of my time. As a business school student here, we have a lot of group projects and different things that we're working with other students within business school. So they give us a real collaborative area right here for us to do work. It's really been a lot of fun to see what we can make of this area. You get to see friends while you're here as well, which is nice. It ends up being a place to learn, but also a place, to go see kids that you haven't seen since your freshman year, maybe. Just a really good place to see friends and also study quite a bit. These people, they're saints. They'll help you with any kind of research that you need to do. So let's say you have a paper on a subject that you've really never researched about or learned about. They'll help you find everything you need to know. And this place has pretty much anything that you need to know. Whether it's already in here in a book or they find like the right website to go find that on, they're awesome with that. So now we're going to take you down to the first floor. Now, this area you're allowed to talk in. It's pretty social, but the first floor is almost like the party floor. It's where everyone goes to really socialize, or if you have a group project and you're a non-business school student, it's a great area to go work with others. All right, so you notice I use the word party very loosely here. It is a lot more social here, but people are still studying, people are still trying to get work done, but it's a place where you can go up and have a conversation with your friends out loud, as well as sit in some cubicles and do some studying. Once again, a place where you can see friends, see one of my best friends from freshman year over there, which is a lot of fun to be able to come to the library and see people that you haven't seen for a while, or see people that you saw last night. So now we're going to the place to go. This is where you can go for food, coffee, energy drinks, whatever it is, you need it, they're here for you. Open 24 hours a day, which is awesome. Now, hopefully you're not here 24 hours a day, but there's the occasional time when you have a midterm the next day or a paper due that you need to be here till 4 in the morning and do some studying. So you see here we have fruit juices of all kinds. We have Cokes, we have Diet Cokes, waters, Powerades, and then the energy drinks. These are the lethal things. If you really need to get some studying done late at night, grab one of those. So now we're walking into areas where it's longer tables where a lot of people will come for group studying or group projects. So if you have a midterm the next day, you and 10 other classmates might come here for a little bit of a last-minute study session. These are the printing stations that we usually use, so you can get on any computer in the library, send it to a printer, and then you can just go to the printer. If you're stationed right there or if you're upstairs, you can come down here and print from here. So pretty much every set of computers is going to have a printer right next to it, so it's pretty convenient to just type in your information, pick the document you want to print, swipe your Emory card, and get going. Hello, wonderful. So now I'm going to take you up to the third floor of the library. All right, so now we're to one of the more unique parts of the library. So every couple months they have an art gallery of sorts that changes here. So they have anything from rare books here to different paintings. Right now it's, I believe, Shadow of the Sun. I don't know what that means, but if I wanted to find out, I could go through and read all these different articles about what's happening. So anyways, it's pretty cool. So now we're going to go into one of the other study areas of the library. This one is similar to the second floor in that you can talk, but it's not a good place for group projects. You notice on this side we have set up similar to the first and second floor with students around computers, but also around larger desks studying together. Typically less talking is going to be happening on this floor, but still a place where you can have a conversation. Now over here is a new study area that we have. This is for research-specific studying. So a lot of the students you see in here are doing a little bit more intense research and maybe working with some librarians to get the exact research that they need. All right, so as we go up, we're going to get a little bit more serious, a little bit more intense studying happening. So up here, I'm going to take you through a hallway that's then going to lead to the maths and reading room. This room is awesome. It's almost like a Harry Potter type feel with very old mahogany, rich-looking things, but great place to study. A place where if you want to get a lot of intense studying done, I recommend going there. Oh, come on. This is where it gets real intense. So you can see everyone in there is kind of midterm time where they're really starting to study hard, but it's a little bit intimidating when you first go in, but once you get used to it, it's just a place where you're not going to have a conversation, you're going to sit down and study hard, maybe take a Facebook break from time to time, but it's really for more than intense studying. So now I'm going to take you up to the 4th floor, which is the media library. So this is a place that I'll tell you about once we get up there, but it's a little bit different than the rest of these floors. All right, so up here is for a lot of the film majors and different majors that are using electronics a lot more. So right here you can rent pretty much whatever you want. You can rent a computer, you can rent an iPad, headphones, charger, whatever you need, they have it. And it's a very good place to go. So if you come and you forget your charger for the day, what do? You go to these people and you say, I'd like to rent a charger out for a few hours, and they'll get it to you. Over here you'll see a room where students use it mostly for languages. So if you have to study language, they have different programs on the computer where you can learn French and kind of speak it to yourself with headphones on. Another really cool area that Emory offers. So this is a 10-story building. So what I'm going to do now is I've shown you the first 4 floors. Now I'm going to take you up to the higher floors to show you what we call the stacks. Alright, so this part is what I was talking about earlier, which is the older part of the library. It's floors 4 through 10 on the older part of the library, where it's a very quiet area where the books are kept and students do a little bit more intense studying, and you'll see as we walk through. We even have people that sleep sometimes. So this is pretty cool. So if you have a book that's being currently covered up by one of the shelves, you just press a button and it moves it for you. So, you can get through and see one of this book. We've got it. And so these bookshelves are located all throughout the stack. So, you can see how many books are in this row alone. Multiply that by, this whole floor times, 6 more floors. It's pretty amazing. And so back through these areas, there's little breakout rooms where if you want to study in the stacks in an area where you can work with other people and talk a little bit more, they have nice little lounges, I guess, for you to go study. Now this is one of my favorite parts of Emory, which is also one of the most underused parts, I think, by undergrads. This is the rare book libraries. We call it Marble. But what it has is it has everything from Emory documents that have been kept over years and years to famous manuscripts that Emory's the only place that holds. So people come here from all around the world to either check out manuscripts for a brief amount of time to be able to look at them over in one of the reading rooms, or to add to the collection that Emory already has. So let's go over here and look at some of the exhibits right now. So right now they have a pretty cool exhibit that I was up here looking at the other day, which is surrounded around baseball. Baseball is something that I love, and it's something that has always been interesting to me. So they have African Americans in sports right now with a lot of the more famous baseball players and the history of baseball that were African American, but a lot of cool history with baseball in Emory. Ernie Hartwell, another guy, is a famous baseball announcer in the Hall of Fame, guy that is an Emory student once upon a time. And now you can also see all of Emory, which is truly amazing. Looking at this view, this is the whole campus. You can come up to the 10th floor with some friends and look over and see your dorm. You can see where you eat at Coxall. So a really cool experience that you can come up here and get a beautiful view of the whole campus. Oftentimes when you go to Emory, you forget that you're in the center of Atlanta, which is something that's really unique to Emory. The fact that it's such an awesome school, but also a place that you're so close to a lot of cool things to do. So if you look over here, you can see the Atlanta skyline, which is something that's very, very pretty, I believe. And you can also see how wooded Atlanta is, which is something that you don't realize until you get so far above to be able to look down and notice it. Well, I'm glad that you guys followed me around the Emory Library. It's a place that I spend a lot of time, but it's also a place that's a lot of fun to be. So get a lot of studying done, but also get to see your friends. I hope you enjoyed it.
The preceding program is copyrighted by Emory University.